ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம்.
Swami, for basic needs, going doing job and fully engaged there, but SaraNAgathi is fully depends on Bhagavan, then it will be unhappy for Lord. Then how Lord will give moksham spending very less time?
Yeah, again, this also has been answered before, but again, I will explain briefly. See, the concept of SaraNAgathi is to totally depend on Bhagavan, and it literally means that we have to depend on both Atma Yatra and Deha Yatra on Bhagavan himself. Atma Yatra means our spiritual progress. Deha Yatra means our materialistic living here, bodily needs. For both, we have to depend on Bhagavan only. But in this samsara, we do have Shastram, which guides based on one's varna and ashrama, how one can engage in certain activities to earn their livelihood. So we must at least follow varnashrama dharma. Ultimately, it is better to totally be free from any bodily needs and just depend on Kaikariam. Let's say in the past also, many, if we go back even few generations, 3-4 generations before, many people will be serving in temples, not just Brahmanas, but Abrahmanas also. Many will be serving in temple and they will be getting food from temple for free, first of all. And they will get some vastrams, clothing. And they will also get some place to stay from the temple itself. Many kings will give donation to individuals. Kings were supporting, kings and merchants, they will be supporting those who are in Kaikariams. So people will get a place to stay, like a small house near the temple. They'll get some clothes periodically. Clothes means dhoti and sari, that is what the clothes are those days. So somebody will come and offer to the Kaikaryaparas periodically. And then they will get prasadam from temple. In the morning, there will be whatever is done naivedyam to temple. That is why in temples, large quantity of naivedyam will be done, so that those who are not having enough money, those who are doing Kaikaryam, they'll get some portion of that prasadam as a standard procedure. And they will live on that. This is how total dependence on Bhagavan is. And there also we should not be greedy, we should not be prideful, and usual things are there. Just because we are serving Bhagavan, it does not give any free ticket to us to do all kinds of nonsense when we are in Kaikaryam. We still have to be focusing on our own true nature and improving our Atma Gunams, qualities, noble qualities, and so on. But this is the ideal way of living, where we depend on temples or mutts, where the organizers, the administrators of the temple or the mutt will provide for those who are engaged in Kaikaryam some basic remuneration in the form of place to stay and food and clothing and all that. That is the first level of SaraNAgathi. And the next level will be those who are not able to totally depend on that, but they want little bit more comfort. So they go and work according to the varna and ashrama. For example, if there is a Brahmana, then the Brahmana may learn, he must learn Vedams and he must teach Vedam, but he may have that as a profession. He may be learning Vedam and he may be teaching others, and while teaching others, they will get Guru Dakshina. Because it is the duty of the Shishya to support the Guru. So for teaching this Vedam, they will be getting some Guru Dakshina. Similarly, they may use their knowledge in Vedam to perform Vaidika rituals for others, doing Vaidika Sanskarams like Upanayanam and then Vivaham. And then even after death, whatever the rituals which are done, there will be Purohitas, the Vaidikas, who will take care of guiding the individuals in all those routines. and they will be given some sambhavane, some seva, some offering for that, and with that they can get a little bit more comfortable living. If people are desirous for that, they will do that. If there is a Brahmana person, then depending on whether he is a Kshatriya or a Vaishya or a Shudra, they can do their own activities according to the Varnam and Ashramam. So Kshatriya may engage in expanding his kingdom, generating wealth and so on. Vaishya may engage in Go Rakshana and then doing business, vyaparam and so on. So these are all farming, these are all done, and then Shudras will engage in assisting Brahmana, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas. For that they will get some remuneration and they can live a little bit more comfortably with that extra remuneration. So this is how we should arrange our livelihood. At least if we are not totally surrendered to Bhagavan and not totally depending on Bhagavan, at least we should arrange our lifestyle so that we are in line with our Varnashrama Dharma to some extent. And sometimes people get this realization a little bit later in their life. In that case, at least when that realization comes, they should withdraw from doing unethical jobs, doing jobs which are contrary to their Varna and Ashrama, and trying to align themselves into the Dharma. Whenever that knowledge comes, at least at that time, we should change our course of action. So this is how we should be ideally living our life, so that Bhagavan is happy with us. Naturally, if we are contradicting the Vaidika Dharma, that is the Varnashrama Dharma, then that will not be pleasing for Bhagavan. And we must endure the result of our sins. Whatever action we do against Shastram, that accumulates sins. We have to endure the result of those sins. Whether we are in Kankaryam, whether we are in the Varnashrama Dharma mode or outside this mode. In any case, if we do something wrong, we will have to face the consequences. Just because we are in Kankaryam, it is not that we will be free from facing the consequences. We can practically easily observe that. Let's say, being a Kankaryapara, we won't slap someone. Will Perumal save us from not getting punished? No, if we do it intentionally, if we do it in a wrongful way, we will face the consequence immediately. We will get the result immediately. So our intention is important there. Let's say if we do mistake, then Perumal may forgive, and if we atone for it, Perumal may forgive, because we are surrendered to him. We are doing Kankaryams. He may have a soft corner towards us. But if we willfully do wrong things, actually it will be causing more anger for Bhagavan that you are being a Kankaryavara, you are doing all this kind of nonsense. It will have adverse effects. Similarly, if we follow Varnashrama Dharma and then we still do mistakes, we will have to face the consequences. And if we are not following Varnashrama Dharma itself, then we will definitely have to face the consequences. So it is better for us to try to be living in the ideal way, or at least the Vaidika way. Beyond that, we will have to face the consequences. That karma, we have to somehow exhaust it by facing the consequences. So we have to decide how we want to live our life, because no karma goes unaccounted for. Every act we do will be properly handled, properly given treatment by Bhagavan, whether it is punishment or reward. we will have to face the consequences. So it is better for us to be in the proper dharma and pursue our livelihood. But one may have different situations now. So one has to navigate those situations and try to position oneself in a good position, eventually at least. Even if one is not in a position right now, one should try to plan for it, arrange for it in the coming years, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Some plan should be there to align ourselves along with Shastram so that we have to face less punishments. And the final part of the question is getting moksham, it's completely up to Bhagavan. Whatever we do, ultimately, it's Bhagavan who is going to grant us moksham. So it is up to him. We just have to pray to bhagavadh Ramanuja that he ensures us that we get moksham from Bhagavan. That is the constant prayer we have to have. That is emphasized by Manavada Mamnigal in Yathiraja Vimshati. Kalatrayepi karanatraya nirmita ati papakresya bhagavat shamasva. In that shlokam, Mamnigal says, I am doing mistakes. I have done mistakes in the past. I am doing now. I will be doing in the future. I will be doing mistakes with my mind, body, and speech. So from all of these, to get forgiven by Bhagavan, Manavada Mamnigal says, I seek your help, Bhagavad Ramanuja. You have to help me to ensure that Bhagavan forgives me. So that is a prayer of Manavada Mamnigal. Even though he is so pure, he is still making that prayer so that we can use that prayer daily to pray to Bhagavan to be granted moksham at the end.
ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம்.
To learn such valuable information about our Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, please download KOYIL, KOYIL app from Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Our website is koyil.org, KOYIL.org.